will be protected by God.
And welcome back to Atreyu News. As we study similarities between ISIS and ANTIFA, there is a few questions that must be asked. Why are they after the same things? Why do they wear black? Why are they so predisposed of getting rid of our history? So we can forget the past, so we are doomed to repeat history, as most of us, if not all of us, already know at this point. That is the one thing that the Dark Army, the Communist Army, the Satanic Army always wants, for us to forget the past. For us to be killed like we were in the past, again and again. Bloodshed, death, turmoil, forever. That is what Satan wants.
فمت يا ضفدع الشغب هذا أوان النجوم الغر في أفق طغت عليه.
At this point, I'm sure you've all asked yourself, well, who is responsible for doing this? Who is the one leading this army that appear different on the surface, but are the same at the base? And we've spoken his name before, and although there is a long list that we will get to, first you must cut off the head of the snake. We have mentioned his name before, and even in this clip they mention his name, George Soros.
And then I have to fight an agent of Hitler in 2016. That's stranger than a movie. That's weirder than a Captain American episode, isn't it? Let's play Soros basically coming out against Trump and warning Trump. Here it is.
Donald Trump is doing the work of ISIS. ISIS and before that Al-Qaeda discovered the Achilles heel of Western civilization, the fear of death. And when it interferes with reason and people do things out of fear, which is actually harmful. And that's what, by fear-mongering, Donald Trump and the others, Cruz and so on, are doing the work of ISIS.
So when I said he follows Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals, I was not kidding. So essentially from that conversation alone, we look at the three major rules that he utilized in that conversation and with his day-to-day tactics. Number 3, whenever possible, go outside the expertise of the enemy. Look for ways to increase insecurity, anxiety, and uncertainty. And we see that he has just done that by saying Trump is supporting ISIS. Number 9, the threat is usually more terrifying than the thing itself. And much like fear, it is often just a figment of our imaginations, of things that may or may not ever happen. Fear. Imagination and ego can dream up many more consequences than any activist. And of course, number 12, pick the target, freeze it, personalize it, and polarize it. Cut off the support network and isolate the target from sympathy. Go after people and not institutions. People hurt faster than institutions. Notice how George Soros did not go after the Republicans, far right, whatever. No organization was announced, only Ted Cruz, Trump, and personalized names. He follows this book to a T with almost every single stroke of his daily life. Now, I rather would not have made this video, but it appears we have run out of time. When we look at why the color black, the questions I asked at the beginning of the video, why the color black? Why is there so many similarities? Why this? Why that? Well, there's a man named Jordan Maxwell who goes into great detail about the world that's unseen. Although we all live in the same world, there is definitely other things going on. And whether people want to believe in God or Satan or not is irrelevant to the fact that the leaders of the earth believe in something very powerful. Let's take a look.
Mecca has a Masonic circle, and within the Masonic circle is a square, because you got to do everything on the square, remember. You have a town square, you have New York Square, you have Vatican Square, you have Red Square, you have all kinds of squares. Why? Because this is Masonic. And it goes all the way back into the ancient world, the terms and symbols. Again, the planet Saturn is called the Black Square. It's called the Dark Sun, the Black Sun. This is what the Nazis and the SS and the Gestapo wore black. That's why priests wear black. That's why judges wear black robes. Why do you think a judge wears a black robe? He wears a black robe because when you used to graduate from university, you wear a black robe. Why black robes? Darth Vader wears a black robe. What the hell does a black robe have to do with anything? The judges wear black robes. You know, Supreme Court judges wear black robes. Black robes represent the priesthood of the planet Saturn, the Saturnalian Brotherhood. All you need to do is study Nazism, and you will begin to see that the powers behind the Nazi Party, the Thule Society, the Germanian Order, were all members of something called the Saturnalian Brotherhood, the Brotherhood of Saturn. Saturn was the god of darkness, chaos, and destruction. He teaches you a lesson. He will take your life if you don't listen to him. So consequently, Saturn was very, very important in the ancient world.
Now, having listened to that, we ask ourselves again, well, why would Saturn have anything to do with what happens here on Earth? Because Saturn is one of the biggest planets in our solar system, therefore having one of the biggest influences in our solar system. Saturn has been studied for thousands of years. Entire monuments have been built to praise Saturn, like Mecca. And even the 9/11 memorial is a giant black cube. So we look at ISIS, which is actually a branch of Islam. So let's first take a look at the Mecca site and see how people walk around the giant cube, and then let's take a look at Saturn. Sorry about the background noise if you can hear it, but it's raining pretty good outside. In any case, notice how they walk counterclockwise around the black cube. Now, let's take a look at Saturn's most northern storm. Notice any similarities? I suppose the next question to ask would be what or who gave them the information on the storm on Saturn's North Pole when the telescope allegedly had not even been invented yet. Now, without getting too far into this, we realize that every planet in our solar system corresponds to a day of the week. Saturday is actually Saturn's day. And how do you spell Satan? All you'd have to do is take the U and the R from Saturn, overlap them. You end up with an A that looks like that. Satan. It's pretty clear when it comes to the symbology how we've come about. Regardless of all of it, Satan is as real as the planes overhead. And it's those who do not believe in him fall victim to him first. And when it comes to the correlation between ISIS and Antifa, they represent the exact same thing. Darkness, death, destruction. They do this by erasing history and killing those who do not agree with them. Communism is the most current form of Satan's army, and we've seen it time and time again. And until next time, God be with us, God bless us, and Godspeed.